This is the book that was the catalyst for change in my entire life. Because I could literally see Kinsley on my lap as a baby. I remember the day that I was like absolutely done with the way that my life currently was. It was early in the morning and Kinsley was only a month or two old. It was my 27th birthday and I was feeding her her bottle. So like if the book was Kinsley and she was just resting, something just overwhelmed me with like, I cannot live my life like this anymore. I have to be able to provide more for her and Kaylin. And I started just researching like how to improve your life and like habits of successful people. The one thing that kept coming up was like successful people have these morning routines. Like that seemed to be the magic pill of being a successful person. So I started Googling morning routines. What's the best morning routine? And this book, although back then it looked a little different, kept popping up. So I charged it to my overflowing debt. So I ordered it and I read the book and I just started doing the things. So the things are savers. S is silence, sitting in some silence, maybe meditating, maybe praying. At that time, my silence, full disclosure, was typically feeding my baby and drinking some coffee. A is affirmations. So at that time, I think I just kept telling myself, like, we're gonna make our life better together. And I'm not gonna be in this crippling debt forever. I'm not gonna live paycheck to paycheck forever. And I'm not going to be stuck in this job where I feel like I keep doing all the things, but I'm not getting the promotions or the higher pay. Visualization is where you kind of start thinking about what that could look like. For some people, that's a vision board. I have one of those now. I would just kind of visualize myself feeling free from the chains that I had felt at that time. Exercise. And what I love about the Miracle Morning is some people think exercise means like an hour of exercise. Like Hal Elrod, the author of the Miracle Morning, that could be just 60 seconds. Like do a couple push-ups, do a lap around the house. Like it's really just to get your blood flowing. For me, I used to walk on the treadmill. I had a treadmill in my basement and I would just go walk on there. Reading, believe it or not, before the Miracle Morning, I hadn't read hardly ever, like maybe one fiction book a year at that point. I had that whole stigma around self-help books. If I'm being totally honest, I thought, who needs self-help books? Those are just a waste of money. But this was the book that changed it all for me. So once I read this one, I finally understood that they're actually very helpful. Scribing, so keeping a journal to deepen gratitude, track a progress, increase your productivity, or getting clear on your top priorities. For me, I journaled gratitude because I was very much in victim mentality, which this book helped me realize. And so I would journal just simple things that I was grateful for. And that kind of helped me get through, like to realize I still do have a lot to be grateful for. Throughout my Miracle Mornings is when I realized that I should probably try real estate. So I thought about real estate as my catalyst of getting out of my 9-to-5, but I knew that if I was going to make a change in my life, if I was going to have to leave my current marriage and take care of my 2 children on my own, real estate might be the thing that helps me financially be able to do that. So it was through those clarity breaks, if you will, in the mornings during my Miracle Mornings that led me to that thought process. Like truly, when I say this was the catalyst, it led me to where I am today. So it's not just about waking up early. It's about helping you self-discover who you need to become. So that way you can start making the changes that you need to make in your life to become that person.